was
Hello, fellow treasure hunters. Welcome back. Firstly, although our research has of recent gone off on somewhat of a tangent, we intend to finish telling of the Shakespearean connection this evening, in preparation of something I'm sure we've all been waiting for. Yes, it is true. Our brothers are indeed returning to the island. In fact, they never left. And although the island has understandably been off limits, our intrepid treasure hunting brothers have been busy within our pit during the summer. Before we inevitably plunge into another roller coaster ride of suspense, discovery, and of course, hidden treasure, let's continue where we left off and finish what we started several videos ago. We promised during the last visit to our Nova Scotian money pit that a compelling link can indeed be made between the island and the first Viscount St Alban, Sir Francis Bacon. We also attested to the belief that Edward de Vere was in fact the writer of Shakespeare. Dr. Orville Ward Owen believed that Sir Francis Bacon had written Shakespeare's plays, and that he later concealed these and other manuscripts in a vault that lay buried in the Wye River bed. Owen amazingly deduced this from his extensive research of Francis Bacon's writings and many other legitimate sources. He later organised an expedition to the Wye River, which was successful. He did indeed find, at the mouth of the Wye, a room-sized chamber made of stone and cement, buried, or rather submerged, within the riverbed. Could this strange concrete layer set within a muddy, submerged riverbed be seen as Bacon's preparations for a pit he was to dig on Oak Island, dug within similar conditions? Could Dr. Owen have been spot on regarding what Bacon was intending to hide, yet mistaken regarding who wrote them? The room he found was empty, but he did state that marks left within were unmistakably left by Bacon. After he died in 1924, his student Burrell Ruth fortunately continued his research. By 1939, Ruth was a Doctor of Philosophy, teaching chemical engineering at Iowa University. When Ruth was introduced to the details surrounding the Oak Island money pit, it was the small parchment and the complexity of the engineering involved that led Dr. Ruth to conclude this was indeed the remote whereabouts of which Baconians had spent over a generation pondering. This particular collection of evidence to us insinuates that the chamber on the Wye was but a mere practice attempt, indeed made by the genius Bacon, made in preparation for what now lay in Oak Island. Edward de Vere's tomb, Shakespearean plays, some never released, and several tons of Viking gold. All of the circumstantial and supportive evidence for this theory has now been covered in this and several of our previous videos. Although initially we perceived the Francis Bacon and Shakespeare connection as a silly conspiracy, the deep-running historical connections, Bacon, Shakespeare, even the Queen of England, makes for an extremely compelling web of coincidental connection and subsequent events, one that if we are again led towards in the future, we will undoubtedly revisit. However, for now, we will be keeping a very keen and excited eye upon the developing events being made public upon the island this coming November. As always, thanks for watching.